Jill has reminded me I should say something about the 10-point statement and Brinsmead. 10-point statement, of course, was never voted on. And Fritz Guy asked a question, are we all going to be judged by this? He was told no, but 180 ministers in Australia were judged by it. In the 10-point statement, I was saying, according to the writers of that statement, 6 ministers asked by Neil Wilson to write where I differed from traditional Adventism. So it wasn't primarily aimed at Dallas, it wasn't aimed at the consensus statement, which hadn't been written yet. The so-called 10-point statement was where I disagreed with the traditional Adventist teaching that in 1844 the professed believers in Christ were open to investigation by the omniscient God who was taking his time over 170 years to get started on that event. Now, as regards Robert Brinsmead, I met Robert when he first came to college, and we were friendly debaters. He and I often walked in the bush, and I disagreed with his latter time perfectionism, urged him to read the Reformers, which he ultimately did, and he gave up his perfectionism. And we would meet about once a year and go for a stroll, but there was never any collusion between Bob and myself to do harm to the church. That idea came from John Brinsmead. He was a brother of Bob, and I have never trusted him since the time he tried to bribe me when my first wife was dying with cancer. She was being treated by Verna Brinsmead, a lovely woman with a great husband, Lawrence, and she had invited me to let her try and help Gwen, which I did, and they were just great people. But at that time, John came to me and he said, if you don't accept where Bob is going, God would heal your wife. I've had no respect for him ever since. And he told lies. He went to Pastor Parmenter and said that Bob and I were in conclusion and that Jill was a mediator between us. None of this was true. Only truth can endure. All lies must die. Do your part by prayer and action to cleanse Adventism from the errors of its century. God bless you.